Lights, camera, action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest podcast in the world. This is the StanleyOni Boyz.
What the hell is a StanleyOni Boy?
You don't know who the StanleyOni Boyz are? Well, okay. Let me show you.
All right, welcome back to StanleyOni Boyz. It's your boy Griffin.
What's going on? It's your boy KLB.
What's up? It's Adon, the fastest StanleyOni boy, the StanleyOni boy with the best tattoos, all that shit.
Hold on, what was
Most Dominican StanleyOni boy, all that, dog.
Shit, all that, dude.
And we're here joined with the Inkus crew, excluding Danielle. Shout out you, Shorty.
Shout out Daniela.
Richie and Mel. What's up, man? Good to have you guys. How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. Chilling.
I was just talking to you about your head tattoo. How did that shit had to hurt, no?
Actually, it didn't hurt that bad. I thought it was going to hurt a lot more than it did, and I even threw up before the tattoo.
Oh,
Because
damn.
I was so worried. Yeah. I went to McDonald's and ate and came back across the street to the convention in Atlanta. And I was in a room full of people from L.A., and I thought, oh, Lord, all these cholos, man, I'm going to look like a punk. And then I got on there, sat down, and I didn't feel nothing. I was really shocked that the head didn't hurt that bad.
What made you get a head tattoo? Like,
I just always wanted one. It's like almost like a Julius Caesar type thing.
Yeah, like the.
And actually,
yeah.
it's got I have a kid that passed away, so I got
sorry
the
to hear
first
that.
skull with him, and then all my other kids, I put a skull for them too. So all my kids are represented in it. So it's just basically saying I'm the king of my family.
Right?
yeah.
That's basically what it
That's
was.
why Don got skulls on his arm. There's all his kids too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, man.
But it's just.
Because he says all these niggas is my sons, is what
No,
he says.
no, I didn't say any of that.
He literally says that all the time.
Yeah, dude, he literally says the N-word all the time.
It was just I just wanted because for the longest I kept getting small tattoos, and I always thought I was gonna fill this arm up, but I just kept fucking around, and then one day I hit up Inkus, then my boy Richie came through, and he's like, I just told him kind of what I wanted. He's like, bro, two things I'm good at: skulls and roses. So how long you been tattooing, Richie Rich?
Well, right there, I've been with Inkus for about 2 years, a little over 2 years, and besides that, before that, I was just doing it on and off, really like family and friends and stuff, before that, and I finally got in there, man, got my equipment, and I started tattooing there at Inkus, man. It's been about 2 years and a half.
That's one thing. It's not a haircut, when they're like your friends like, yo, let me try like tattooing you. It's. Yeah, you gotta have to some.
I mean, yeah, and when you start though, you can find a lot of guinea pigs, man. Like a lot of people. There's a lot of people that don't care, man. They're like, hey, I don't care, man. I just want something on there. I'm like, dude, I might fuck you up. They're like, I don't care, dude. Put it on there. I just want something on there. I'm like, all right, dude.
Damn.
Let's go.
But I feel like even bad tattoos. Like, I never got a bad tattoo because like I always like try to go to like the best people. But I feel like even like people like have bad tattoos. Like there's a story behind it, so it's always like cool as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a lot of bad tattoos.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind it.
Oh no, dude! I feel like
We
people
got
that
our homies
tattoo
tattoo.
usually have like the shittiest
We
tattoos,
do.
dude.
No, you're
Tattoo
right.
artists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them do
Yeah.
because we let our friends do it.
Or
we
like
let-
yourselves.
ourselves. So a lot of the learning
Somebody
was
wants to try something
on
new.
ourselves.
They're like, hey, man, let me
Yeah.
run something new. Fucking.
What would you say is a bad tattoo on you right now?
Worst one, I guess.
Oh, I got a lot of them. No. Well, I covered a lot of. I guess I don't really have a lot of bad ones showing no more because I covered some up. That's a bad one. It's just dark. The
What is
guy
it?
hammered it. It was a biker dude. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy for that biker dude because he actually gave me my start here in Georgia. It's hard to break into any tattoo in the tattoo industry and to be Latin here 20 something years ago and try to break in, it was real bad. So this guy took a chance on me and gave me the opportunity down in Rome. Then I worked for him in Calhoun, and then I branched off and did my own thing up here in Dalton.
Wow.
When did you establish Inkus?
Inkus probably was established about 20 years ago.
20
Right at 20 years almost. Yeah, but I mean, it was actually conceived in Calhoun. I was just doodling and drawing, and I put the name on, and then I thought this would be a good place. And a homeboy was standing there, and he goes, well, let's open it. And I was like, what? He goes, I'll put the money up, let's open it. So I was like, at the time, I was getting a lot of the guy I was working for, even though he helped me out, he was being a little, I won't say prejudiced. You know, I was kind of used
fuck
to.
him.
He was talking shit a lot, and a lot of Latins were starting to come in. Finally, they weren't scared to go into place, and then I started seeing them at stores and stuff, and they were telling me I'm not going back there, and I was like, well, what do you mean? Why not? You know, I'm tattooing there. Well, that guy's racist. He's prejudiced. He's this. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. This guy's messing
Your business
my
up.
money
Yeah.
up, or his own people wanted me and didn't want him, and that's when it really started to become a problem because he was mad that they wouldn't let him tattoo him. So,
Which is weird, man. Because like, if you own a business, why you being a dick, dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole
money.
the whole idea of a business.
This dick was about 7 foot tall, so he was a big dick, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the whole idea of a business is for people to keep coming
You're
back.
right.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
You're right.
Why treat people like shit? Like,
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
why I had to leave.
And I feel like a lot of tattoo shops have that stigma, bro.
And they do, and you're right. And that's why, like, when they started to come into us, it was different. We weren't like that,
Yeah.
or we tried not to be. I'm not going to lie. Over the years, I've had people in there that didn't start like that, but then ended up like that. Because if they get a real big head, then they tend to forget where they came from, and they treat the people a little differently.
Yeah.
I try not to do that because I remember where I came from.
Right.
So,
And that's
and I
always
like
good,
to have
too.
people that work with me that feel the same way, And I'm a go-getter, so I like to have go-getters, So, I mean, we got Rich and Daniela, and I just try to keep it like that. And I've had a lot of people over the years come into the shop that worked for me.
Yeah, because when I was I asked Richie last when he was doing my tattoo, I'm like, "Is it just you three here?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's crazy." I remember not even that long ago, I feel like a couple years ago, that was like at least like three
There
or
were
four.
4 to 5 of us at the
Yeah.
old shop, but the
Yeah.
one on 41 Highway. But that was a bigger shop too. So I mean, it's hard to have that many people and feed them. And at that time, with a lot of shops in town, people are going to go everywhere. So, and we have a pretty hardcore core of people that just come to us and they don't go nowhere else. But then you got the other ones that go here, go there,
Right.
Yeah.
and that to an artist who's just starting, it could hurt them because they got to eat. So you don't want to put too many people in there because if you got too many people, everyone can't eat,
Right.
and then you're gonna lose your people. So you try. It's a balancing act, and it really sucks. At 20 years, I've lost a lot of people, and a lot of people that I loved, and I wish that still could be there. And then some of them left salty, and some of them left on good terms. But it's sad when you got somebody and you put a lot of work into them, or you try to help them, and then they book on you, and then they open something right down the road.
Yeah.
That's probably the most demoralizing.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's something that you can't control. You know what
and
I'm
you
saying?
can't
So you
control it.
You gotta just roll.
You
with
gotta
it.
kind of suck it up and deal with it,
Yeah.
like you said. But it
my-
still hurts.
My dad owns a taxi company up in New York, and like a lot of the guys that he like brought
Don't.
from the city to work with him, like eventually ended up starting like their own company. And I remember like him being salty about it, and I'm like, my nigga, you can't be salty about it because you did the same shit. You know what I mean?
Hold on. What'd you say at the beginning of that sentence?
What?
You're who?
My dad, my father. Yeah,
You got a dad, dude?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He showed up 16 years too late, but he's there though. Shout out Poppy one time, gang. But yeah, it's kind of the same deal, man. It's like it's one of those things where like they come in, you show them how to do it, and then it's up to them if they want to stay with you or they want to like do their own
And that's
thing.
true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Because it's a craft, you know what I'm saying? Having a craft, I feel like is the best thing you could ever have because you can do that shit anywhere. You can do that shit
Right,
here.
and that is
wherever.
what's good about our craft is we can go anywhere.
Yeah, and it's like that. I think in every business, really. I've worked at restaurants, been in charge of a restaurant. You have people they save up enough, and then they run and they open another restaurant down the road. Same thing,
Yeah.
I guess somebody finally fills their pockets, and they move on. It's like that in every business, though, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting to branch off, have my solo podcast after this time. So I'm waiting.
Like I remember when I got my first tattoo, like I actually went like to you, and it was like I wanted like a sugar skull, and I remember we had sat there, we talked about it. You're like, yo, that's basic as fuck. Get something else. And we started just added on like a bunch of random shit. So it ended up a sugar skull with a gas mask and like little daisies in the eyes.
Right.
And but at the time, like I felt like Inkus was like the only tattoo place to like go to.
Same.
Like, that's what I'd always heard about. That's why everything. That's the whole reason I went.
Right.
And then when I went, and I went in, you greeted me, told me the whole thing. You're like, yeah, fuck you, let's do it. And I remember as soon as we started, and like I was kind of nervous. I was like, yo, this is my first tattoo, this and that. And he's like, yeah, me too. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, this is my first tattoo. And then you held the gun and you're kind of like shaking. And then you're like, shit, I don't know. You sure? I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, you for real?
Dude.
And then,
How do you power this shit on, man?
and then I was like,
this
you for
button
real?
do?
He was like, no, I'm just fucking with you. Then you started going at it.
Yeah, like, usually the boss is here to help me out.
Somebody held my hand for me.
Yeah, that tends to happen. But I don't do that too much no more.
No, but I feel like that stuff like that, like that's the only reason I came back. If it wasn't for that, like just joking and like cutting up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that matters a lot into like a whole bunch of businesses.
Yeah, I tried to make it personable back then because, like I said, we were just starting. So you want to build up a connection with your people or your area. So, and at that time, I probably was the only Latin tattoo artist in town too. As far as in the shop, there were other guys in the street.
Yeah.
But that's about it. But yeah, at the time, we've come a long way since then.
Because I feel like
a lot of Latin shops.
It was the one where G's at now. It was the white people that were there.
Yeah.
And then
Dennis.
There's the one by the fairgrounds, which is Wicked.
Yeah, Wicked, Dennis, and then you had Rick down on what is that, Walnut Avenue?
Yeah.
Right where the Dominican hair place is. He's right next door.
And that was pretty much all the ones I remember at the time.
There was a few more, but those were probably you had also what's his name? Skeet. Skeet had a place over there.
God, his tattoos were horrible though, man.
Skeet
I've never seen a good Skeet tattoo.
I've seen some of his stuff.
I don't think I've seen his work.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I remember when he had like a barbershop. He had a tattoo on the back, dude.
Tattooing. Yeah.
Oh, I think what you're talking about. Yeah.
There was like a music studio too.
Yeah.
Very versatile place. Yeah,
It's like a fucking mall in here, dude.
Yeah.
You know, the California's just like that, man. You go to Texas and California, they got everything in those little swap meets.
Swap meets, man.
You know?
Cool stuff right there. Hey, even in Atlanta, they got it right there at the flea markets and stuff.
Yeah.
You got people tattooing right there, man.
It's like what's it
Cutting
called?
hair next, like a few
It's
little
insane.
tables down there, man.
Getting tired to get a hair like. Just let me.
I feel like cutting hair and like doing tattoos is pretty similar though.
Yeah, you know when
No,
when
no, it's not. It's not. It's not similar at
What's
all.
permanent? The other
When
one
I
is?
first-
One girl's back, man.
I mean,
Maybe at clientele, you got your clientele and stuff like that. But
Okay, yeah, I'll say
I don't know. I
that.
saw one episode of Ink Masters that they made him cut hair, so that's what I did.
yeah, that was kind of weird. Yeah, kind of weird. But I'm not gonna lie. When I grew up in Chicago, I was cutting hair, I was lining, I was doing all that, and maybe it does go with it because I mean I did do.
I mean, it's art at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
we put the lines in. I didn't do what they do in Texas. I wish doing like portraits on here. That shit looks amazing.
only time I thought about cutting hair is because I needed a fade like now, man. And I was like, fuck, I can't find a barber, dude. I'm like, I'm
Did it
gonna cut my own
yourself?
fucking hair, man. I've done it before and I fucked myself up.
Dude,
So I don't do it no more.
I fucked my little brother up one time, bad as hell. He still doesn't talk to me to this day. Actually, he doesn't. It's real life.
So, speaking about that, man, how's you guys is like your body, more like your hands? I mean,
Show me
my
your
bad.
body,
Pause. No, I'm just saying, like, cause I mean, I write for like 2 pages of whatever the fuck, right? My hands are killing me. How's it like, tattooing for hours on someone?
Well, I can tell you, after about
For
30-something years of tattooing, my hands they're at its end. But tattooing's come a long way too, and the machines that we got now, the rotaries, they are a lot lighter, and it's allowed me probably just to make it the last 5 years because of that. Because those other machines really tore my hands.
Is it it's just the vibration? It vibrates so much, or?
Honestly, to me, I don't think it's the it vibrated more before. It's the speed of the tattoos. If you do smaller tattoos and you don't move a lot, which I watch a lot of people, they do that. I come from old school and we'd like to do bigger shit and just like murder it.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you take a toll on your arms, your shoulders, your hands, because doing that, you just, my back I'm not as bad as I used to be. As you get older, you learn like, I'm going to move here. I'm not going to move. I'm going to put my hands on something. So you learn a little bit more. The good thing about the younger artists, they're learning that almost right away. Right. So that should help them go a lot further.
It's kind of like anything, you learn to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
Yeah. So what about you? So you said you've been tattooing 30 years?
Probably a
Around
little
there?
bit more than that. I started tattooing when I was About 13 years old, my first tattoo.
13 years old.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Chicago.
God, you just
It was a street thing.
just a badass kid, probably, dude.
Yeah, I
was doing hood rat shit back then.
Kid.
Hey, everybody has that one story though. Like, well, I remember I was in fucking like middle school, dude, and one of my friends wanted a tattoo, so I forgot what I grabbed, man. Something I started scratching the fuck out of his arm, and then I grabbed a pen. I'm like, damn you, I'm gonna do a tattoo on you, man. Hold on. I just fucked his arm up, and the ink didn't even stick on there, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. But now like the machines from nowadays, I like these machines. When I first started too, I started with the coils. And they're heavier, and to me, it was the vibration, like just having that machine on there, man. During the tattoo, it wasn't that bad, but when I got done, I felt like shocks all over, like my hands were just
like
fucked up, man.
Kind of like your hand was asleep.
Like on my joints, like it was just like fucking like prickles all over that shit. And I was like, damn, it was fucking me up. And these machines I got now, like they're a lot easier on my hand.
So how long you been tattooing?
For about
like when you first started.
Shit,
First
I got my first machine when I was
skin.
18, but I didn't really want to fuck around with it too much because usually like my jobs I was in, I was making good money. I didn't really see it as making it really, I guess, an income. And I just do it in somebody like my brother. Usually my brother, he put himself up for a canvas and he'd be like, hey man, well I want to get something, put something on me, and he knew I was trying to learn and shit. Like, man, just do it, and he helped me out a lot, like just getting my confidence up and running some tattoos on him, and it took me a while, so I do it on and off, and family, friends, and stuff like that. Yeah.
So then, how long for you? Is Inkus the only shop you worked at?
Yeah.
So then,
I've been there with those guys since.
How long were you tattooing before that? Before you got into the shop?
Before that, I was. Just on and off.
Yeah. And how many years you say?
Shit, since I was 18, that's when I got my first machine. But it was, I ran one, like, let's say I ran one when I was 18, then I'd be like 20, run another one, and a couple, and then just skipped a few years every now and then, and finally I said, you know what, like I used to when I was in school, all through school, I used to just sit there and draw.
Just draw. Fuck doing work. Fuck math class.
Yeah, man. And it started when I was young. I had a crush on my teachers, man. So I'd draw them.
Shout out Mr. Williams one time, dog.
and I was like, I'd draw them shit, some Power Rangers shit or something, man. When I was in elementary school, and then after that, I started drawing and selling my drawings. And just all through school, that's all I did. Teachers, they wouldn't even fuck with me because they like my work. So that's all I did. So tattooing was always in the back of my head.
That's what's up.
You end up getting with any of the teachers?
Nah, man. No, one time I used to follow my sister to kindergarten, and I used to follow her just because I liked her teacher, man. And I remember I drew her something, and then my sister, she knew that I liked her, and then one day she told her. And my sister
that's the sister putting you on, dog.
In recess, and we were playing outside, and she like, hey, everybody come around in a circle. And I'm like, man, I didn't know what's up. And she like, hey, Ricardo, what's this? What's this that I hear that you like me? And I was like, oh, shit. And she made me give her a kiss on her cheek in front of everybody. Dude. I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Damn.
Was your fucking teacher R. Kelly, dude?
That's horrible. I'm pretty sure that shit doesn't fly now, but back in the day, hell yeah.
No, if it was in Spanish, I'd say maestra, so it's a female.
Yeah, you like me? You my pussy right now, man.
I'm gonna pee on you real quick.
We're like, hey, here, little kid, record this shit real quick.
How's the hiring process, dude? You gotta get like jumped into the Inkus or like
you do, man. You do.
Because like I always wondered, I'm like, do you like have to show your work before? Or do you have to like go
usually
intern
when
or
I,
something?
I mean, I've had both ways. I mean, if I like when Richie first came, I helped him out. He got in because, like he says, he was doing it here and there, and I seen him online, and I hit him up, and he was actually not living here yet. He was in Mississippi or where. Yeah, and so I hit him up and told him when he comes back, and I had to wait a little while, but then he got in, but he was already familiar with the machines and stuff, so we just helped him, get to a point where he could start doing his own thing. Because when you're tattooing, someone could teach you something, but that may not be your style. You know, everybody ends up having their own style along the way. You know, you start out maybe liking one person's style and then you get your own. You know, you figure out how to use the black and gray a certain way, and you like that. Or some people like stippling and putting a lot of like drag patterns or marks. Some people don't like none of it.
What
He likes
exactly, like, because I mean, it's just all that's going over my head, like the back. Because I mean, to me,
terminology.
all of it's fucking painful. You know, all of
Right.
it just looks like.
Well,
so what
it's
exactly?
all going to be painful in the long run.
Yeah.
If you
No,
get
yeah.
a good looking
Yeah.
tattoo, it's going to hurt.
But so, like,
you know?
what do you mean, like, everybody's own style? Like, what is?
Well, if you ever seen a tattoo with where it shows all the drags, or it doesn't show, or no blends, where it looks real, like it looks really smooth, it goes from dark to light, and you don't see no pause stop. Those are different styles. Some people like to show drag marks where it goes like where you see the actual needle drag, and they like that. You know, that's like an old school
That's
way
like fuck those
of
people,
doing.
dude.
Yeah, some
That sounds like it hurts so bad.
Well, I mean, it all hurts.
It all
but you
hurts,
know,
for
yeah,
sure.
it all hurts. But you know, I mean, 10 hours, dude. I know that had to hurt.
I had it like a bitch, dude.
Yeah, 10 hours is a long time to take.
This one up here was 12. Up here?
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to see somebody's art, and it depends what you want to get. You know, over the years, I've had all kinds of artists, and at times I didn't want no artist. I wanted someone to come in that would just do the flash off the wall, because I had at one time there were 4 or 5 of us, and we were all artists, meaning we can all draw. Well, where you get another person that wants to draw, and it's like, oh my God. But it's changed over the years. Before, people would come in and pick a picture out. Now they don't want to pick a picture
Now they
out.
have some. Y'all
They
want
got an
my,
idea. They want you to draw it or Google. That's the new Pinterest and Google
Instagram.
and Instagram.
Yeah.
People snatched up people's stuff up.
Yeah.
And what I try to do when they do that, because if they're adamant about that, I have to make a living. I don't want to copy somebody, but I have to make a living.
Yeah.
So I'll usually go find a different woman's face or different this, different that, and I'll do the same.
You did that with this
thing.
one,
Right?
Because I remember I showed you the
Right.
picture, and yeah, you ended
I
up
try
changing
to
it.
do it a different so that it's not totally bit off of someone, because I just don't. What I get worried about more is that person hitting me up in my DM and saying, "Hey, you asshole, why the fuck did you do my work?" And that, like, you know, because I know how that feels, because I got a lot of pieces that I did, and the same shit happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, it comes back, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I drew that for you. You were supposed to get it done here. Well, I took it over there, and he did it for less. Oh, hell no. I want to fuck you up now, you know? And that goddamn artist. You know, because before artists had, that's where I don't respect that shit. We had respect for one another.
Integrity, man.
There's one thing about opening the shop down the
that
road
word.
and you doing your work. There's another thing with you just stealing my idea and then doing it and making money off my back.
Yeah, even with things like that. Because I remember I was getting this one, and I wanted to like fill out the rest of my arm. Richie was like, even asked you, I'm like, yo,
He
can I
did.
do the?
He did.
I didn't know that was like a thing, you know?
And I like that, and I respect that, and that's cool. You know, he didn't have to do that. Some people don't do that, but that's where we came from. You know, all those guys that you were talking about, Dennis, Rick, Vamp, all those guys had what we had. They're all older dudes, and we had that respect that we would not tread on each other's work. Now they don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. But back then, it was cool. They'd say, hey, man, I'm not touching that. Mal did it. And I'd say, hey, man, I'm not touching that. Vamp did it. Or, you know, Dennis did it. You know, back then it was a little different. A lot of those guys were bikers and, you know, ex-gang members, shit like that.
So like the
you
integrity,
already-
the loyalty ran deep in there.
Right.
already.
It was a little bit more
Yeah.
where that runs deep, where, you
Yeah.
know, it was like, don't fuck with that.
So like,
You don't want to start no trouble, you know, like, let's keep the beef down.
Yeah, when I got the Polynesian tattoo, dude, I thought it was gonna look just like The Rock, but it turns out you have to work out, dude.
So like, were you able to tell the difference, but like, which artist drew what, or
You know, it's starting to get a little more blurry where you can't really tell as much because there's a lot of Hispanics now here doing it. So a lot of us have the same styles. Yes, I can still tell mine difference, and you could before. Now you're not too much. Everybody is starting to catch up to one another.
So what would you say your style is?
What do I like to do? I like to do realism. I like to do black and gray, photoreal. I like to do color, photorealism. I do whatever pays the bills.
Yeah.
But I was brought up that way. When I first started in the shop, I had to do whatever walked in the damn door.
Yeah.
So when you get used to that, that's how it is, and my artists that came in the beginning, I did the same thing, but all those guys wanted to have a shop where we had appointments, so slowly it started to work its way like that. But honestly, if you want to make money, you have to do some to come in the door too.
Yeah.
Because if there's a couple reasons. How are you going to keep building clientele if you're only doing those other people that come in for appointments or whatever? It's hard to build your reputation or clientele up.
Yeah.
So that's what helped out Inkus. At the time, there were 5 of us, 4 of us. We were rolling strong, staying till 5, 6 in the morning, 7. We didn't care. I was younger then, 30 years old.
do
I'm
that,
51 now. I don't want to do
You're
that.
51?
Yeah, man, I'm 51. Yeah, I don't want to do that no more. When I was 20-something, 30, hell yeah. And my old lady didn't like that crap. We weren't coming home. We were working 5, 6 days a week all the time over there. Fridays and Saturdays, it was like a party in there. People were there all night. People would just come to the shop
Just
to
to kick
see
it.
what girls or guys are in there. To hook up. They go to the shop and everyone was standing around. We're tattooing. People were everywhere hooking up, talking. It was like, we had the music going. It was different. We had 3,500 square feet back then. Yeah. So it was like being in a mini club. So they'd go to Inkus just to hang out. Everybody.
And like the setup I had too, like I had like a bunch of like stuff all over, like your booth, I guess.
Right.
It was kind of like set up,
Like a pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the time, I had a pyramid. I sat in a pyramid. It was tough. We had curtains. We had everything, and I tried to keep it where everyone was still together. We're together even more now, but that came from over. We had rooms and stuff like that, and then it started getting cutthroat. People were taking people to the house. People were talking about other artists, and that's not healthy. So it's better for me, and I've noticed even the West Coast, everybody's done it, to have an open concept. Yeah. This way, if that motherfucker's talking shit about you, you're gonna check it and stop it in the bud right away. Yeah. No more, hey, I was like a fireman. I'd be like, hey man, no, I have to be. I don't want my artists, tripping on each other for no reason, So now we're with each other. So ain't nobody gonna, we could cut up with each other. If it feels like you're in the trenches with them.
Right.
Yeah.
From the trenches, baby.
We were still in the trenches, but it was a little different. We were like separated, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. What would you say your style is, Rich?
Shit. I don't know, man. I think I got into it for realism, but when I started tattooing, I just everything else, man. I've liked running color and everything really. I like color mixing and just seeing, I guess, just packing it in there. You get like a certain fucking like satisfaction just.
I've seen it.
Getting that ink in there, man. And but here lately, I guess it's changed. It's changed, but I still love realism. I think that's probably my main thing, realism. But I've really been like an American traditional here lately. Whenever I run those pieces, I like that.
With that shit
That's American traditional, right?
Yeah, that's on that style.
Yeah, like more like traditional.
Darker. It's like darker work.
Bigger lines, thicker lines. A lot
Mags.
of that drag patterns that we're talking about. It's just like a straight black. Instead of shading, you whip it.
Yeah.
You whip it, and then
you don't
whip the
use
color.
shades. Pretty much, you just you use your whip. Whip pretty much to run that shade. The speed of your hand more. And I've been like
it's vibrant.
Running those thick lines. You got thicker lines and visible lines and all that. I've been liking that a lot, man. It's changing.
What's the weirdest body part you've ever tattooed?
You take it away. But man, it was recent. Somebody asked me that same damn question today, and I told him that was going to happen. I did this Elmer Fudd on this guy's ass, and it was right up by his butt crack. And it said, "You come out of that hole, you rascally wabbit." And then he would tell the girls, "I got the rabbit in my, he's in the inside of his cheeks." So he did it to.
So it was like inside his cheeks.
Yeah, but it wasn't. No, Elmer Fudd was just right there with his gun, waiting for the rabbit.
But like at the top, like a tramp stamp almost.
No, in his butt crack, like right there at the crack of it. On his 18th birthday, he was a hunter, and he got. Well, he ain't a kid no more, man. The guy was from Calhoun, and he came in on his 18th birthday, and I just thought, really, really. But I've had a lot of women over the years.
There's gonna be a picture of it right here, dude.
You know what? I got a picture of it, but it's just not on me.
Or something, man. Like somebody sees that, oh, I like that.
So like you, Richie, so like not having been working at a shop or anything? Like, how's the atmosphere for you, and like, how's your experience now?
The difference from the shop and now, or
like, because like you said, you never worked at a shop before.
yeah, man. Well, I like working here. Is giving me more free time for sure. I used to most of the time I used to work a lot. I stayed working probably about 6-7 days a week. So being here tattooing, I've really dedicated a lot of my life to tattooing too. But it gives me a little bit more free time than I used to have. So that's a big change. I have my daughter, so that gives me a lot more time with her. I used to work a lot, so it's changed. It's changed a big time. I like it. It can be stressful. It's just like any other job. Every job's got its ups, its downs, and I like it, man. It's overall, it's been a good change, and I like it, man. I spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah,
Like, what part of your life, like, because you said you worked at other place that wasn't tattooing.
Yeah.
So like, what part of your life did you just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna go straight tattooing"?
Shit, man. I think it was whenever when I was getting close to being 30.
You're 30.
Close to 30.
Yeah,
I'm
right. He looks
32.
young, right?
32,
Yeah.
man. I'm 32, and
Yeah.
I was getting close to there, and I had a job. I like driving. I've driven to California. I've driven to Texas on my own and shit, and I was driving for that job. I liked the job, but I was busting my ass 90 hours in 5 days and shit.
Damn.
And I was like, man, you know what? I don't want to do this forever. I've been wanting a tattoo. And that's when I came up with Mel. I got I was like, hey man, well,
How did
talk to
that?
him. Let me get in there.
How did you just link up with him, or how did that like
It
connection?
was kind of weird. We just linked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was on IG and ran across him, and he hit me up, and we just started talking.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even in the state. I was like, man, is he gonna come back here? What is he doing?
So like, did you know him before? Or?
No, I didn't know.
Just from there, and see, the thing was, I had already, like you said earlier, Inkus used to be, everybody knew about Inkus and everything. It's still, everybody knows it, but when I was 18, I remember I was like, man, shit, I bought my little eBay machine, and I was like, oh, I want to start tattooing, blah, blah, blah. There I go with my little eBay machine, and I stopped by their shop, and I got off the car, and I'm like, I'm gonna see if they let me get in here, man. And I was making good money where I was at, so I walked about halfway from the car to the door, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm making good money here. I don't want to fuck with it.
Really?
Blah, blah, blah. And then it took me a little over 10 years to get back with them, and here I am now. So that's really, I went back to them, and been a little over 2 years.
It's your mind, man. Your mind is your own worst enemy, dog.
Probably needed that time though, right? Because I'm sure if you would have went whenever that you were first going, you think it would have been any different?
You could have been like one of the artists that came
Maybe
out
I wasn't
salty.
ready. I was after when I was 18. Around that time, I started fucking around a lot, man. I was doing stupid shit, and so I don't know if
You never
it
opened
would've
that
been the
door,
same
though,
thing.
bro. You would have
Yeah.
opened that door, you would have been a famous
Yeah, you're right.
fucking tattoo shop with like
Right.
mad bitches everywhere, dude.
You would be
You
metal right
don't
now.
know that. I got a lot of guys that I got out of high school, and I trained them because they were badass artists. And Matt, he works in Rome. Chris, he works in Murray County. There was a lot of them, and I got straight out of that. And sometimes when you get into it that fast at that age, like you said, you're not ready for that. Luckily he experienced. I think you have to experience real work to appreciate this
Tattooing.
because if you go into tattooing first, you're gonna have a messed up sense of work because you're never if something happens to you or your hand, your ass ain't gonna want to go back to work, and it's gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
So I really feel like you have to work before you do this. You don't have to, but if something happens in life that stops you, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've seen it, or become a rock star because some of the guys take it to that level.
what I did.
It's a rock star level, and if you take it to that level, that's drugs, drinking, women, the whole 9 yards.
Then
That's
and
could be
it's
something else.
hard to go back to the 9 to 5,
Right,
where you
it's-
have to make the
it's
money.
hard,
Yeah.
I wasn't
I would
like
never
that.
go back.
That's why you're
I
unemployed,
started
dude.
the same like Richie. I was young and I tattooed all the friends, all the homies, did all that. Worked in a couple street shops in California and Vegas, just here and there. Popped off over here and got here. And I actually stopped tattooing. I wasn't going to do it no more. And then friends were like, "Yeah, you could tattoo." And then I tattooed with a homemade needle, a gun with a guitar string and everything. And I was really good with it back then. It was a one needle type thing. It took a little longer, but the work was good. It was prison work, And I got here, and I did it here and there, and I bought my stuff, and it wasn't the same. For one thing, I went from a rotary machine from back in the 80s and 90s to a magnetic, which is totally different. So I got thrown in the fire, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I had to start over again. But I lost a kid, and that's what did it. When I lost my son, I was in the hospital for 3 weeks with my wife and everything. I had nothing to do. So I started drawing again, and then I was like, I'm going to make my son my inspiration to do something.
That's awesome.
So I used him to go ahead and say, you know what, I got to get out of the mill and stop working for, other people like that. I got this talent, I need to use it. And that's what I did. And he's at my shop, in fact. He's been on my shop the whole time. He's right above our door. Wow. His from his casket, his cross. So I try to keep some of him with me all the time. Wow. So awesome. Yeah, because he did help. Yeah. It woke me up. Yeah. But I was lucky, too, that I got to work. I worked my ass off just like Richie. I busted my ass. I worked in the mills. I did all them hours. And it makes you appreciate it when you get there and you're like, I don't want to go back to that.
Yeah. So I think, I do think, that 10-year of, like, not going in that first time, I think it was good. Like you even said, you fucked around, but at least you got to live out those memories of fucking around, doing all of that. And then now you're like at a stable place.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're stable. I don't know.
I think I matured a lot, man. It helped me mature a lot because I don't think I was ready for. I think if I would have started, I would have found what I was looking for a lot easier. And now I'm not looking for that, so it's easier to get into this and really focus on work and nothing else.
There you go. So, talking about being ready. Are you fucking ready to throw some axes? Go to big axe throwing right now and go throw some axes.
Oh, hey, coming from the StanleyOni Boyz here. Ever want to throw some axes? Do you live in the Northwest Georgia area? Well, right here in Don, Georgia, we have big axe throwing. At Big Zest, you can bring all your family and friends and throw axes. You can even play Jenga like my boy Don right here.
Hey, Don from StanleyOni Boyz. Here at Big Zest, we're veteran owned, veteran friendly. Nothing like having a couple beers, throwing a couple axes with your friends. Isn't that right, Griffin? Oh, hey, it's Griffin.
And when you get your first bullseye here at Big Zach's, you get Vikinged up and you get a picture go on the wall.
And we also have seasonal leagues where people can come out and participate in an 8-week league event for a chance to win some medals and medallions. So make sure you go check them out at 825 Chattanooga Avenue.
We're just not a business, we're a family. Axe on!
All right, so Mel,
do this. Looks like I have no time.
You said you were tattooing in the 80s. How the fuck was the 80s, dude?
The 80s was dangerous. Real dangerous. There ain't nothing like the 80s now, man. We have mass shootings and this, that, and the other. But the 80s, you got your ass kicked. That was it. Back in the early 80s, it was a lot of fighting. We fought all the time. Fist fought. Nobody pulled a gun out till about 85. I swear, 85, New Jack, kind of all the crack and everything, and coke hit the streets really, really bad. And then it started shooting. Yeah. So the 80s was something else, man.
So you say you're from Chicago?
Yeah.
How was it like growing up in there?
It was. I loved it. I loved growing up in Chicago, but it was crazy. I grew up in a bad area, and I'm just glad I made it out of there.
And how'd you end up over here? You said you were in Vegas, California.
I went to Vegas first, and then
how was Vegas, dude?
Vegas was fun too, except that's the problem.
How much cocaine is there?
I tried to
hookers.
I was trying to kind of grow up or get out of being, in the street or hanging out. And
I went to a terrible place. I went to
got everything.
Yeah, I went to Vegas.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get my stuff together and move to fucking Vegas.
Yeah, great idea. Straight from Vegas to California. Yeah, it was like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And I have family that military. They're down in Savannah area. They still retired there. Cousin of mine was over there in Vegas, and she seen me, and she was like, "You gotta get the fuck out of here." And she was right. I had to get the fuck out of here.
And then
So
you went to California
that's when I
after
moved
that?
here. Huh?
Or when was California and all that?
With the whole thing. Vegas, California.
Just couldn't pick.
I was doing some bad stuff. I just probably don't want to talk about
Vegas,
it.
California.
We found we didn't want to talk about it.
How many hours is that? Like the drive? I hear people from the West Coast talk about like, oh, we're going to Vegas for the weekend, like it's
I
nothing.
wanted to say 6 hours to
not
Fresno
bad.
area
That's not
from
bad.
Las Vegas. 6 to 8, 6 to 7, something like that.
It's like going to Florida.
Yeah, it's still a ride, but it's not that bad. No.
I don't know, man. I always see like documentaries about like the 80s and stuff, dude. I'm like, fuck, I feel like I was born in the wrong time, dude.
The 80s were fun, man. I broke dance. Man.
Break
Oh yeah,
dancing.
I used to spray paint on buildings and freaking on trains. Yeah.
You were the most 80s
I
person
did,
ever.
yeah, it was
Jesus.
very 80s.
I was
I
walking
wore
around
the
with a
balloon, the
boombox.
pants, the boombox, the
bell bottoms.
I still wear my Pumas. Oh yeah, man. It was good. It was fun. 80s were fun.
There was a story you were telling us earlier before we started recording stuff about you're at a rave and you're about to get in a fight.
Oh yeah, the rave. Yeah, the thing that I grew up in Chicago, and it wasn't cool to at the time, politically correct and all that crap like's going on now.
Yeah.
Nobody really. There weren't a lot of gays outright. Now in our Puerto Rican heritage and stuff, there were a lot of gays, and they were out in Chicago, trans and stuff like that, but they still try to hide it. But it was, we grew up in church and stuff, so church had us thinking that wasn't right.
Right.
And it wasn't until I moved to more or less like the West Coast when I had situations where all the raves, they were pretty gay and lesbian, everything, and regular. But that was when I probably first encountered a big scene of gays, and I was scared at first. But then I almost got jumped by a whole bunch of gang members, and they actually came to my defense, 30, 40 of them. And I was glad because there was about 15, 20 of the other guys. And, and it was something stupid, man. I pushed a dude by mistake. We're trying to get in the same place. He dropped his drink a little bit, and of course he turned around and said something, and I didn't back off. I went in his face. I didn't know he had a troop of dudes with him, and the next thing I know, I was getting surrounded by a troop of dudes, and then here comes all the dudes from out the thing, and they jumped up and protected me, and they told me, we know you're heterosexual, we see you at all the raves, we just want to back you up, and it was really cool. And then I thought, well, damn, man, that was
For some reason, that reminds me. You ever seen like the Charlie Murphy, like the Prince thing, where he's just like with a gang of like gay dudes. I don't know why that just reminds me of it. Like I don't know why.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of leather, dude. It's a lot of leather.
Actually was no leather.
So like, how was the rave scene back then too?
Oh, that was fun too. A lot of acid, a lot of well, see, I liked it acid. I wasn't into that kissing drug and all that stuff. What the hell is that called?
Kissing drug?
Yeah,
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Oh.
Yeah, and at that
Feels great, actually.
at that time it was real ecstasy, not freaking what they got now, Molly and all that stuff. I liked acid. Acid, and then you ate some or drank some orange juice and seen the Tracers and I love to dance.
Did what?
What does being on acid
Seen
feel
the
like?
Tracers?
Yeah, like all the lights and everything. If you eat fruit, it actually makes it more intense.
Really?
So that's why you
so
see
they
all
watch
those
pattern-
people
like
with that
patterns and shit?
right, and you just be in another world, and then you dance for 8 to 12 hours. I mean, crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, you have to drink a lot of. Yeah.
The one time Adon was talking to this girl and he was like, "Hey, what you doing?" And she was like, "Just doing acid," and just showed him a picture.
Bro, like it was chill. Like we were having a normal conversation. Oh, how was work? Yeah. Oh, what are you up to? And I said, I don't know, I'm tripping balls off of acid. I'm like, like it was normal. I'm like, all right, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow, I guess.
I don't think I could talk to people tripping is. If you're really tripping balls, you ain't talking.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I like
that's
to
what
be
I
in the '80s just to show my chest hair, man.
Oh, that was the thing, eh?
There's a little
Chest
like the
hair
little
out,
V,
dude.
the little
gold
V
chain,
right there.
the gold chain, like
Yeah, just the drip.
Right there.
Have
Or
the drip.
the suit jacket with like the collar over the suit jacket. Oh man, that's a move.
Bro, I watched Scarface like 3 times since it's been on Netflix, dude. I've been quoting that movie all
But then
fucking
the fights
day.
were different, dude. Like imagine you try to fight somebody, you step on your bell bottoms.
Oh, true.
Fuck, man. Oh, you get fucked up.
Yo,
I
so,
stepped on my bell bottom,
was
dude.
the
He fucked me
70s.
up. Never mind.
so my dad's 60, and like whenever he was growing up, he would bring it up all the time. He's like, yeah, bro. He's like, would be out like in like because he lived in Texas,
Right.
and then like he would go from Mexico to Texas and like to Virginia, just wherever like they were doing like the labor and like picking fruit and all that
Right.
stuff and vegetables, and like he's like, yeah, bro. He's like, we'd go out on town. He's like, these motherfuckers would bring like the dipsticks out of like the oil, like out of the cars. He's like, they started whipping the fuck out of people when they got in fights. He's like, they'd carry chains, wrap them around their hands like brass knuckles. He's like, they just carry a bunch of random shit just to beat the fuck out of people.
They park their cars, pop the hood up. We're gonna take
Yeah,
this just in case. Like what?
That's what I was thinking about. Damn, I never thought about
That's
a
the most
dipstick.
random thing.
Yeah, dude, like,
See, in my
That's
head,
my muffler, man.
in my head, I thought about it like they were arguing. He's like, hold on, I got something for your ass. They
Like,
pop the car.
instead of pop the truck, just pop the hood.
Fucking steering wheel. They got the detachable steering wheels, dude. You can take that shit off.
Yeah.
Dude, the other day I saw, you remember like back in the day when people used to put like that little lock on the steering wheel?
yeah.
Bro, I saw that shit like on a piece of shit car the other day, dude.
Like, no
nobody
one's
gonna-
stealing this.
Like nobody gonna steal that shit, dude. What the hell's wrong
So
with
there's
you,
a
man?
1994 Honda Accord. All right?
What the hell are you doing,
Good to
dude?
dream, man.
Yeah. So where are you from, Rich?
Well, I grew up here in Dalton, man. Born in Fresno, California. But
Oh, shout
I grew
out.
up here in Dalton. This is where I went to school, everything. This is all I know, Dalton. Moved to when I turned 18, I moved here and there, Florida, Mississippi, boring as fuck Mississippi.
Why
Yeah.
those?
Jobs, just for
Okay.
work, and it was just I wanted to move, man. I think everybody
to
in
get out
Dalton
of Dalton,
wants to get
yeah.
out of Dalton, and
Yeah.
then they end up
Come
back in
back.
Dalton,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So I moved here and there, man.
How's like your upbringing in Dalton like at the time? I mean, you're not too much older than us, but like,
Yeah, how was the 90s, dude?
It was.
Like the 80s,
good,
baby.
man.
Not the 80s, but
I got to do the you hit the TV to make it to see the
yeah.
picture on
We used
there.
to
I
put
got
a
see that,
co-hanger, dude. Like a co-hanger in the bottom.
Yeah,
I didn't even have a
And
TV, man. Y'all
it-
privileged as fuck, dog. Y'all privileged as fuck.
got to put
Look
connect
out the window, dog.
the color TV, you know,
Yeah.
connect the box to make it color from black and white, you know.
That's the move, man.
like,
Nah,
you're
it was good, man.
it was coming up like first like game systems, first everything.
That's yeah, we did a lot of that with my brothers. I got two other brothers and my sister, but we used to game a lot, do a lot of we used to watch a lot of wrestling too. So
Oh, yeah?
Hey,
we
look
used to
behind you.
watch that shit.
All kinds of
Hey, but we went all out, man. We did the whole shit. We had somebody at the lights. And so when somebody starts walking in, somebody play the music, and then somebody had the
they had
lights
the
and
lights
shit.
flickering.
We broke like
Hell
a
yeah.
couple beds, you know, like
we broke
just
so many
fucking
beds, dude.
fucking DDTing and shit on there, man.
Yo, me and my brother were pretending to wrestle. Somebody had thrown like we used to live in a little trailer park when my parents first moved into Dalton, and yeah, somebody threw out a bed with springs. It was out by the dumpster, so we were wrestling, just fucking like jumping off the dumpster onto the bed, all kinds of shit, and just out of nowhere, like my brother throws me and like he lands on me, and somehow I got a spring stuck through the bottom of my eyelid.
shit.
Oh my god.
And like I'm just like I was like I think like 6 at the time, and I'm just like
And you know what's crazy? Because
Hell yeah.
at that time, you're like, fuck, I don't want to tell my parents they're going to get mad. But I'm like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can lose your fucking eye, dog.
Dude,
Like,
that happened to me with my older brother, man. This dude went to go visit my dad, so he was riding his bike and we decided to take his bike. And
Oh, my-
I'm
what the
riding up on the front, dude, and
badass kids, dog.
and he's pedaling and shit, and next thing you know, I'm riding like on the fucking bar, and my leg goes up in between the wheel and shit. We flip, dude. Boom! It's like, we landed there. I couldn't move, and my little brother's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go tell my dad." We're like, "Nah, man, don't go tell him. Don't go tell him I couldn't move." Luckily, man, some dudes they
I'm
stopped
just
right
paralyzed,
there.
dude. I'm fine. I'm just paralyzed.
Some dudes stopped there like, "Hey, man, look, they look like they got fucked up," and they go and they pull this dude had to pull my leg out of that shit, man, and even like that, my leg was fucked up. I didn't want him to call my dad, man. I was like, "Fuck no, don't do that shit."
That's
My
scary.
dad, he literally, my brother got fucked up. We were racing like in the bikes, and you know, next thing you know, my brother, we went around this curve and he scraped against like a brick wall. So he fucked himself up. He needed stitches on that shit. He's got blood going. My dad grabbed the fucking bottle of tequila to just pour that shit on there, man. My brother was dancing and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, good thing I didn't get fucked up, dude. That would have been me. Like, oh shit.
God, man, like, I feel like Mexican dads back in the day, man. They were like any little cut you got, like, cause my neighbor, like when we lived at the trailers, he had got like a nasty ass cut. Like he would always fuck with cars and shit. Nasty ass cut. He opened the little like the acid lid on the batteries, dipped his finger in it, and like pulled it out just so he could like fucking like cauterize the cut. And he's like, "Are we good?" He just kept on working on the car.
God, who's that bad Scarface? Oh my God.
It was wild, man.
Top 5 favorite wrestlers, dude. Give us your top 5, dude. Top 5 favorite wrestlers right now, dude.
Of all time.
Oh, shit, man. Stone Cold. I like Stone
Great
Cold.
choice.
Trying to Stone Cold these beers, bro.
Right. Stone Cold. Undertaker. Let's see.
You seen his documentary, dog? His documentary crazy.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yeah, man. Kane, who else? What was it? Bret Hart was good.
Man, you old school, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
Yeah. And, and who else was it, man? I gotta pick them good.
Got one more.
Shit. What was his name? Triple H, man. Triple H was
The
good.
game. All right, Mel, go ahead. Give us your 5, dude. Let's go real old school.
Yeah, my 5, are from the 80s almost. I do like Sting, but Sting was one. And I do like the guys from down the road that fought for Michigan. What were the Steiner brothers? I liked it, both the Steiners. And I know they're a little older. Those are probably 90s. Wow. And then, of course, you got to give the Hulk his due, you know. And, oh boy, man, the big giant.
Andre the Giant?
The real giant. Yeah, the real giant. And, there's just so many back then. Jim Duggan with his wood.
The hacksaw.
Oh, yeah, man, there was a lot of them back then. I
That man
grew
used
up
to
watching
carry
them.
a fucking 2x4,
Big 2x4.
and a flag to the ring, dude. That's like
Yeah,
just
he
a lot
was
of
the
shit, dude.
The,
Like,
the bushwhackers. Oh, yeah,
just
man.
dropping
They'd
on them
lick
things,
people's
dog.
face all the time.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit.
I saw a video on YouTube that this guy he was talking about wrestling, but he had said Stone Cold is the Michael Jordan of wrestling, and then right behind him, The Rock is the LeBron James of wrestling.
That's a good
I
comparison.
could
Would
y'all
agree with that?
Yeah, I could get with that, man.
I can't, but I'm old.
Who would you say then?
I mean, I don't know. See, The Rock to me, he is the epitome now.
I mean, there's nothing like him being president.
Some
dog.
people forget that The Rock was a wrestler, dog.
Yeah.
Some people, they don't even know.
Literally,
No, man,
even
some
I forget
people-
sometimes, dude. Like I'm
some
watching
people
fucking
don't-
Fast and the Furious. I'm like, this is a motherfucker that was fucking.
Some people think they're two different people. Dwayne The Rock,
No
Johnson,
one
and
thinks
The Rock.
George.
Dude,
No
some
one
people
thinks
say like
that.
some people say, hey, what do you live under a rock or something? I say, do you live under Dwayne Johnson? That's what I say.
And it's they don't forget. I'm like, oh, I mean, The Rock. You know, he was a wrestler, right? It's like, what? I'm like, yeah. How do you think you got the stupid ass name, The Rock? No, he was a
That's
wrestler.
crazy. Like when you become like so successful in a thing, people forget. Like fucking
Where he
Will
came from.
Smith, dude.
Yeah.
Or Ice Cube. Like they're just like so successful at like other shit.
Man, you go from like Ice Cube, like NWA, to like making a road
Are
trip.
we there yet?
Yeah, are we
Are
there
we
yet?
there
Are we there
yet?
yet?
Or Ice-T. Which one were you talking
Oh,
about?
Ice-T
Ice-T is
too.
probably the best one because he was a military man, he was a pimp, and then he was
A rapper.
a rapper. Right, and
kind of
now
a- he
he's
was kind
on
of a
the
rock star,
best
though.
damn show of all time.
Some
You
people
know,
would say he was more of like a rock star than like a
Well,
a
see, I
rapper.
grew up in. If anybody, people out there that are old like me, they know him from like breaking days. And his first thing, he wasn't into rock then. He was rap, and he did like Beat Street, Breakdance, all them damn shows that were on there. Like kind of like this. You know, it was down to earth, people talking. They showed the streets. He was in them. He was
That's
in
what we
them
do,
all.
bro. That's our talking, show the streets.
Yep. He was in them. And that was cool, you know, and that's why he got where he's at. And, you know, he ain't never, like, sold out. He still talks the way he talked before he got on there.
He never sold. All his shows were empty as fuck, dog. never sold out.
Well, yeah, that too. That's why he's acting. More money.
His wife's still fine as fuck, though, bro. Shout out his
The porn
wife,
star?
dude.
Is it still with that girl?
The Coco,
Coco.
bro, the white girl.
I don't think I've ever
Still
seen
with
her work.
Coco.
Never seen her work.
Nah,
She's a
I
porn
have.
star.
I think she did a couple of them joints, bro. Shout
I
out to
don't know
her.
about that.
So then,
Babe, I didn't say no.
so then, what did it take for you to get to your shop at now? Was it just like an open spot, and you were like, "Yo, we should relocate"?
Well, I gotta say, I have a business partner, and he was from up here. I probably would have moved closer to Rome, or even in the Calhoun area, but I worked with dudes in Rome and Calhoun, and I didn't want to step on their feet. That's where it comes back to that. It did back then. You didn't want to do that. We had this movie shop at least 20, 30 miles away from your homeboy. And that's most of the older people did that. Steve was the one who said, "Hey, let's go to Dalton," because he was from up here. And he was like, "There's a lot of Latins up there. You could play off your heritage and blah, blah, blah." And I was like, I had already been up to Dalton. I didn't like it. But when I came up to Dalton, I seen a different Dalton 26 years ago. I worked for Walmart. I was a district manager for the floor division. Sheesh. And when I was up here, and all I seen was like country people spitting on the floor, tobacco, and I was like, "Oh Lord!" And this was a long time ago.
A bunch of Dominicans with
there weren't even no Dominicans here yet. This was 26 years ago. It was Mexicans, but I didn't see nobody yet. Yeah. They were here, but we weren't like here.
Like how we are, because this
right. And in Rome, it wasn't even like that. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll try it, but that's an hour ride for me. So I drove an hour I drive 45 minutes now. Wow. I live on the farther end, but for almost 20 years, 19 years, I've drove all my time back and forth. But he's right. When I first got up here, it didn't happen like he thought. If it wasn't for all my white Americans that knew me already, we wouldn't have stood alive here.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Gringos one time, man. Gang, gang.
That's what kept you open, and then
because they followed me from Calhoun, and then the Latins from Calhoun followed me, and then slowly but surely people heard about me here, and they're like, "Hey, a Latin dude's over there." And then I had a lot of white Americans that came in, and they were like, "Oh, fuck this shit! It's a Mexican tattooing." And I was like, "Oh wow, what the fuck, man?
You're Mexican.
I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican." But they didn't give a shit.
That's even worse.
you're two Mexicans. You're two type of Mexicans.
So they left and they started to see my work. Well, they came back and they're like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, man. I seen your work and blah blah blah." And I was like, I knew that's what would happen. And at the time, I was like, I'm gonna help my people out.
So you would literally hear them say, "Oh no, fuck, there's a Mexican working here," and then walk out.
Fuck yeah,
That's
man!
insane. That is insane to think about. Nowadays, that is insane to think about right now.
They did say that, and I thought, "Oh, what the fuck, man? That's some shitty shit." But that's wild, man. I mean, it was said, the 90s, the 80s. I mean, it wasn't like it is now. You're right. People could say pretty much what they wanted to, and you whooped their ass or you didn't. It's just basically what it was. It's not as like it is now. It's a little bit more free speech. But I brought my son up. I said, "Don't believe that shit. You still can get knocked out."
Yeah.
There is still people out there that will hold you accountable. And that's the one thing you got to think of when saying something in front of, "Oh, trust me, I said something. Get the fuck out." I don't want to tattoo you either then.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, in the same aspect, I wanted to help my people out because I know that the Latins up here were getting a lot of fucking flack because they were from Mexico or first generation. And I'm here quite a bit more. I know the streets. I can relate. I can talk to them. They like me. So I knew I can help break walls down. And we did. We broke a lot of walls down.
Yeah. So you say you're Mexican and Puerto Rican. So which one is Mexican? Which one's Puerto Rican?
My dad is from Puerto Rico.
Boricua, dímelo, papi.
Yeah, he's from Puerto Rico, which he's dead. He passed away. He was a gang member in Chicago. He got killed over there.
Yeah, us Caribbeans don't last that long.
Well, of course, my dad. I got 14 brothers, man. What do you think he was doing? And that's not from my mom.
Jeez. I got 16 brothers. Dude.
See, that's what I'm saying. Why you think they don't last? The Mexican girls they were weak on their daddies want to kill them.
My brother has a daughter that's 4 years old. My dad has a daughter that's 3 years old. Dude.
Wow. Yeah. But my mom's Mexican and Comanche Indian. So
is that where the Inkus thing came
native.
from?
It's kind of like where it came from. Came from that. So
that's cool, man.
What about you, Rich? How many siblings you got?
Is your dad Puerto Rican?
I got 2 brothers. No. I got 2 brothers, both Mexican. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. And that's it, man. We're both Mexican. My parents, they're in Mexico.
What part of Mexico they're
That's
from?
it. Guanajuato and Michoacan.
Oh, yeah,
Hell
gang,
yeah.
gang. What was the last? Oh, you went over there recently, right?
Yeah. I was over there, man.
How was your time over there, man?
It was good, man. It was chill. Everything's changed. It's not as bad as it used to be with all the cartels and all that bullshit.
Bro, you tell a white person you're going to Mexico, they're like, "Oh my God, be careful." I'm like, "Chill out."
Yeah, yeah. You tell. Then they're like, "I won't go over there."
It's either that or they tell you how much they love the zip lining there, dude.
Or the beach.
I think they just think it's just so much zip lining everywhere you go, dude.
Now, well, hey, if I didn't have family there or whatever, I wouldn't be going. I'd probably be going to the beach too, man. So I don't know. Be going to Cancun,
Exactly.
but it's good, man. We had I got to see people, my family, everything. Had a good time. It was chill. Drank some beer and
Hell yeah.
that's it, man. That's typical shit to do in Mexico. Go over there and party a little bit.
Yeah. So you've
And
been
then come
tattooing for a few years, man. Would you right now say it's pretty easy still to be motivated to tattoo and feel good about it?
Yeah, it is. It's not easy, but it's you got to find your motivation. I usually I focus on one thing, and then a lot of things. My motivation is sometimes I try to learn something new, and I'm like, you know what, man, like. Let me try this shit. I see somebody. I get a lot of motivation from other artists, and I'm like,
I thought you were gonna say from me.
I like
I'm
his
like,
shit.
hell yeah.
From him right there. I like his sleeve right there. Like,
Yeah.
and I get motivation from other artists, and I'm like, shit. Well, let me try that. I try it, and I like it, and I'm like, well, I tried that, and I'm learning everything. It's like any other job. You never stop learning, and I don't think years from now, I don't think I'll know everything ever. I'm gonna keep learning.
More than you
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, and it's true. Sometimes I learn something, and I'm like, fuck. Well, I got this shit down, and then next thing you know, like 6 months later, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, I gotta go back to that, and I gotta think about it. I'm like.
I feel like
Pull
I
out
don't
the
having
needles
sex,
and-
dude. I'm like, I got this down pack, and then I had a off night. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, but it's good, man. It's really it's a little complicated to learn, but once you sort of get the idea of it, it's easier to put shit together. Like when you see something you want to try something new, you can sort of get the idea. Like, well, if I'm trying to do color, whatever, it gets a little easier, but it's always a little hard, man. A little difficult. It's hard to describe.
I saw this TikTok was like this dude was like, oh, this tattoo artist. He came up. Oh no, I mean Instagram reel. I swear to God, Instagram reel.
Okay.
I hate TikTok, but it's Instagram reels like the same thing. So yeah, but I saw that it was like this like I guess like a little skit. Like the guy went up to a tattoo artist. I'm like, hey man, do you have any like cool ideas you want to do? And the tattoo artist's like, yeah. I'm like, you want to do it on me? He's like, for real? It's like anything you want. It's like, yeah, sure. So if someone came up to you like that, just said anything you want, any ideas you have, wherever, would that just be like a field day for you, or would you even know what to?
It's good because I mean that's bad. I like when people say that sometimes, but when they mean it, sometimes you show them. You're like, they say, hey man, well I want to get it's whatever you want. Hey, you're the artist, man. You let me know, blah blah. I'm like, you know what, man? I've really been feeling this shit, blah. Oh man, but you know what? It's like, all right, so it's not really what I want.
So it's not what
so
I
I don't
want.
like letting people choose. I mean, letting people let me choose. I usually tell them, look, I'm not gonna pick what you want, man. But if they're really down for it, like there's some shit. Like for example, right now I've been wanting to do some really grungy shit, like some maybe in some like zombie shit. Some sick type of work, but. Not everybody's down for that. There's a certain group for that, just like every other type of work, but there are people out there, they like that shit. But I would really like to get into something like that for sure.
Hell
Yeah. I feel like I do that at restaurants, man. They're like, what you want to order? I'm like, what do you recommend?
and
they tell me what they recommend. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get
I'm gonna get the same thing I've always gotten for the past 5 years.
Or they just say, I don't eat here. Damn.
So let me get the Fiesta Lime chicken.
Facts, dude. Yeah. Well, I'll say, man, Richie, I'm not gonna go with anybody else. I'm going with you to finish this arm,
man,
dog.
I appreciate that.
What am I gonna get? I don't know. I'll think about it, dog. When I think about it, and I got more money. I'm come to you, dude.
Yeah, dude, I want to get a
Let
pinup
me
girl
know.
right
We'll
here,
take care
dude.
of you, man.
Fuck up. Yeah, I did talk about getting a pinup girl.
I've been wanting to go.
That's always
Found
classic,
one.
man.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. But so what about you, Mel? You've been tattooed for a little bit longer. How do you stay motivated?
Well, it's took years to motivate myself, but really who motivates me are people like Rich, G, people out there that are pushing the limits of them. It makes me push my limits. Why? Because I say, well, I got to stay up with these guys. I can't let them pass me. I got to keep learning. I got to keep doing. I watch the other guys around this area, and I watch more around this area because that's who I'm up against in a sense.
Right.
I'm not going out and looking at California and stuff like that. And I'm not up against them like that either. They just help me motivate myself
Friendly
to
competition.
keep going.
Man, you gotta show
And
these
you
young
need
kids.
that because if you don't, you get in a rut. And then you're like, oh man, and you don't want to do it. See, when he pushes the envelope, that makes me push the envelope. If Daniela goes in there, she starts doing shit, it makes me like, well, shit, you know? But we all got different styles, and that's the other thing. You got to see the style. You know, it's just that. You know, you can't apples to oranges. You know, everyone's got their niche. You just got to find what niche you like and then go from there. But it helps me a lot watching these young guys come up here now. There's so many of them. And, you know, watching them do all that stuff is cool. You know I'm 50-something years old. I ain't got a million years in this game. You know, my hands aren't going to last forever. And I know that. And, you know, everything else, we don't know what's going to happen with life. Yesterday was a year that my brother died from COVID. Wow. And, you know, he was 49 years old, man. Prime of his life, worked in Vegas. He was a Teamster, finally got his shit together and boop, just like that. Last year I had open heart surgery. I wasn't ready for that. What? Like, oh my God, I thought I had COVID. Here I am at the hospital. Nope, you're not going home. You got to have open heart surgery. Wow. I was like, damn, man.
The 80s, baby. The 80s.
All catching up to you, bro.
Well, yeah, it is in a sense.
Damn, so, like, how was that? Open heart surgery? Like,
ooh, it's rough, man. It's rough. You got to be strong because it's rough. It'll break you.
You never make it, you weak fuck.
Your body, physical, usually that'll be okay. It's the mental part of that. I mean, they whipped you open. They stopped your heart. They put new plumbing. They started it up again. I mean,
you basically just died for a couple seconds, right?
Yeah, you basically died for a little while, and they put you back together, brought you back. You know,
hopefully you come back.
You're pissing out of a tube for a couple days. It's pretty demoralizing.
Waking up after that must be the greatest feeling. Like, fuck, I'm here.
No, actually, that's when the pain stops. Yeah. When you're asleep, you don't know nothing.
No, but I'm saying waking up for me, you're like, fuck, I made it. You know what I mean?
No, like, brother.
Fucking take me.
You know what I see? Hey, I'm not lying. You don't see shit. You hear people around you. You're coming out of it. You see shadows. You're freaking hurting and you don't know why. Because you didn't hurt when you went to surgery.
Yeah.
Think about it. You were fine. Now you woke up and you're sore as hell. And then the minute you wake up and you're good enough they're making your ass walk. You got to walk 60 feet. You're like, whoa, you can't even breathe. Yeah. They got tubes in you that are into your lungs and heart that are draining the fluid. You're like, oh man, what the hell?
You got to carry them with you everywhere.
Yeah, you got the little thing. You got to drag it. And it, I don't know, man. It takes a minute to, after you're like, oh, I lived. But during that, you're thinking, oh man, maybe I should have died. This is horrible. It was bad. Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. And then when they pull the shit out of you, it's even rougher. They're like, I got to pull these tubes out of you. And you're like, what the hell? Because these tubes, they got ridges. And they just, so you just feel that, I mean, and you're like, oh, but instantly you could breathe again. Because they had it on your lungs, your heart. And then after that, they take the wee-wee one out. And that one hurts too, but it's not as bad as these. These are up in your shit.
So, like, after you getting out of that, like, did you even want to go back to, like, work?
Well, I'm like all of you guys. We got to work.
All of us.
I didn't. Oh, you don't have to work? No.
He doesn't have a job.
Oh, well, I went back to work. Thank God Richie and them were there holding down the dang thing because they opened up from the COVID pretty fast. The day that they told me I had to stay, they opened our shop. And, awesome. That saved my life because I'm a worker. If they would have opened it up at the beginning of the week, I wouldn't have did that surgery. I would have went back to work. Because I was like, I got to work. That's just me. I got to go to work. And I was already stuck in there. And I was like, well, let's just do this. So And that's crazy. I talked to my brother. That's the last day I talked to my brother. The day that I went into surgery.
Wow.
And a week later, he was dead. I went home, tried to call him, no answer, no nothing, couldn't get a hold of him. But that's how we were. Kind of like all your brothers. I'm sure you don't talk to all of them.
Yeah, I haven't talked to my little brother in like a year, dude.
So there's times where it goes like that. And I just talked to him. So I'm like, all right, nothing will happen. Next thing I heard, I'm getting called, he's dead. So, I mean, you just never know. No. So I was dying to get to work, dude. Yeah. I was out of work for like 3 months, almost 3 months. I wanted to come to work so bad. And the doctors wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready, but mentally it takes about a good 3 months to cut it out. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't lay on my sides. I couldn't roll over. I had to sleep in one of those chairs that like lift you. So yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, the whole experience, that sounds great.
Yeah, oh,
it's like having a fucking chair.
I hope you don't have to go through it, brother.
No, everything sounds horrible except the chair. The chair sounds great.
Oh no, that even sucks too. Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome, man. Rich, Mel, anything else you guys want to talk about before we close this out? Anybody you want to shout out? You just want to something on your
real
mind?
Quick too, shout out G like showed a bunch of love for y'all.
Thank you, G.
Shout out Daniela again, man.
Hey, yeah, shout out
She
Daniela.
came through, dog. Yeah, shout out her.
Daniela, where are you?
Get your shit together, shorty. Get your shit together,
right?
Man.
I guess I'd just like to give a big up to all these young guys out there. You all know who yous are, even the ones that you probably think I don't like or I'm mad at. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Yeah. What did Tupac say?
Yeah, man. Same here, man. Big shout out to everybody tattooing, especially all these artists, man. They're all homies, and that's it, man.
All right, so before we leave,
you guys.
Three things you guys are thankful for, man. Started off with Richie Rich.
3 things thankful for?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit, man.
I know the whole time I've been talking about dicks and bullshit.
And the 80s.
Yes.
Family, man. Really, my family being there for me. You know, I've had some rough times, and you know, even through friends and everything, they've been the ones that always stick around, man. Always, when it goes down to 0 and below 0, they're still there. Family and my job, really getting into everything I've learned, and everything has helped me a lot. This tattooing, I love it. And third is, I guess, my maturity, man. I've grown as a person, and I'm a different person from what I used to be. Quit all my stupid shit, and that's pretty much. I fuck up every now and then. I still do.
Hey, but players fuck up,
I think that's
man.
expectable.
Players fuck up.
And there's always got to be a little bit of room for fuck ups.
It's a learning process, dog.
That's what keeps you alive at sometimes, you know. But besides that, I'm grateful for everything right now, man.
All right, Melly Mel, take us out.
Well, I'm gonna have to give the big man up there. I know a lot of us give him a shout out, you know, and I know everybody else out there. And he kept me here for another year at least, and I'm happy for that. Awesome. My family, he's right, you know, my kids, my wife, everybody like that, my grandma, everybody's still kicking, still praying for me every night.
How old is your grandma, dude?
She's 90 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, she's still. That's the one that's Comanche Indian and Mexican. So she's still
Native Americans.
She's still.
It's that Indian,
I think it's that spirit. Yeah. They don't want to see their jobs not done here, because if they see family members still like messing up or ain't got their shit together, they can't go.
Still a mission.
Yeah, and then I guess I'd like to just thank everyone out there for letting me talk to you for a little while, and these guys here, thanks.
The fans.
Oh, man. Yo, thank you guys. Inkus, baby. As always, check them out here. Check them out the studio. Gang, gang.
Thank you.
A correr los SOB, dime G, le pasé por lado y no lo vi, no lo quiero ni un chin, ni en el día San Valentín. Si quieren guerra conmigo, papi, nos vemos en el ring.